If we can liberate ourselves, we can liberate our vision. It's going to take a long time for people to understand the wide scope of neoplasticism. It's an art that contains within itself the end of all art, but it's also a beginning.
And I had the pleasure of introducing him that night to the first discs he heard of the real boogie-woogie music. And his reaction, as I anticipated, was absolutely astonishing. He just put his hands together and said, "Enormous, enormous, enormous."
Oh, boy, we won't jump for joy. Yeah, man, happy as a baby boy. Well, with another brand new choo-choo toy, way down. Hey, now. Get it, Papa, get it. Hey, now. Don't talk me to death. I ain't ready to die.
I don't know if one can say that he was more of a success, maybe economically, and perhaps there was the increasing interest in his work here, and he had a much larger group of artists who were vitally concerned with the evolution and development of abstract art at that time. So far as I know, certainly in the development of his major work, he had his first one-man shows in this country.
January 19th, 1942. A retrospective of Mondrian's work at the Valentine Gallery, and people are buying at last. Peggy Guggenheim, the Museum of Modern Art, the ever-faithful Catherine Dreyer. At last, he has achieved recognition. He is 70 years old. His New York period draws its inspiration from the boogie-woogie, whose tempo he incorporates into his last paintings in the form of little colored squares. His painting Broadway Boogie-Woogie combines those rhythms into a structure which seems traced onto a map of the city. His black lines have turned yellow, like the taxis, like the sun. Mondrian is working frantically on Victory Boogie-Woogie, his last painting, made up of adhesive tape and dedicated to the Allied victory. The painting remains on its easel, unfinished. Suffering from pneumonia, he dies, alone, at 5 o'clock in the morning, February 1st, 1944. He had not wanted to bother anyone.
Art today is condemned to a separate existence, for present-day life is essentially tragic. But in some distant future, art and life will be one.